Back on the B12 today, Nissan B12, sorting out the rear.
Yeah, so the way that we're gonna tackle this is we're taking this bar off right here. As you can see, what we're gonna use our Alpha 6 drag on here. We're gonna use this as a mounting point for the toe. Somehow we'll make something for that. That's gonna go on here, right? We're gonna utilize this for lower control arms. We'll just make a new lower control arm. We'll take this one off here because when we mount the diff up right here, this is going to be in the way of the axle. So we'll take this thing out. We don't need that, and then we'll build a camber.
A camber up and just weather bracket on.
Up on top here, yeah. Okay. So it doesn't look too difficult to do. So
yeah, it's a better canvas, way better canvas than the Acne truck.
Yeah, definitely. And then what we'll do is we'll see this part here. We're gonna have to just take all these off and then take this thing off on both sides. Yeah. And then we'll build our own. So it seems like there's a lot of room. Once you can see the transfer is pretty much straightforward already.
Yeah, that's right.
So here we're gonna have to cut this a little bit, notch this to bring it up so it doesn't hit. Or no, we might not need to. Maybe even notch it here, just enough to notch it here.
I'll put an engine brace up front and just kind of push it up a little bit.
Yeah, so.
All right, cool.
That's what we're working on. I'm gonna take this thing off, and then we're gonna see how we're gonna fit this on. Yeah.
Got the tires off, put this thing to hold it up. We loosen this, so now we're gonna have to remove all of these so we can just get this whole section here off. But here she goes. Alright, so we all come in.
Go inside.
I got it.
There it is. That's the old one.
Yep.
That's going to be the new one going on. So we'll swap this thing out. Look at this thing.
Old school.
Clamp. Why?
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 Why? You know you used to do back in the days. Don't lie.
I did it, but why? This part here, we're gonna remove this.
The end part.
This part here, we're gonna rivet all that stuff out. So
that's where the diff is going, guys.
So you can see we drilled this whole thing out here. This is the other part of that we won't be using. Sitting actually, that was this one. As you can see, it was sitting like this. So the way this is going to be is this is going to be in the way of the axle. See it? Since we don't need this, we just went ahead and drilled it out. And what we'll probably do is go ahead and just weld this up to added strength, you know, once we get it. But we're going to be using this part here. That's going to get drilled out, of course, the diff mount. And then we took this whole part off here. You can see there's some mounting points here. What we're going to use our Alpha 6 drag. The Alpha 6 drag. As you can see here, we made a little extra mounting toe for the toe here. So the way that we're gonna do it is there's a mounting hole right there. We're gonna mount it to here, and then this actually is gonna sit just like this. And then you can see down here, this will be the control arm for right here, and then we'll make a camber up here, and then the shock's gonna come down right about here. We'll make a shock for the control arm. It's gonna be kind of like almost like the EG.
Probably gonna use a Kohler setup that comes with this car,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah, we're probably gonna use it from a Civic or something.
Okay.
The Civic, yeah. I think it's
Should work.
So.
All right.
Over here, this Where's it? This hole here and this hole. This has to be all the way like here, like at least that far. Are you good?
You're gonna mark it?
No, but honest. It's kind of no, down more. Down, down, down. Right about there. It's gonna be right about there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about center. No, you know you gotta go forward. No, this thing, the center line for this would be right about there. Right there. Hold it. Right there. So you can see we have everything all kind of mocked up a little bit. We just have to do the camber here. As you can see here, we use this is actually our EG lower control arm. It actually is going to work. The only thing that we have to change is right here. We have to make new spacers for it. But this is actually, everything will work here. We made this toe kit. We don't know. We just got one bolt in right now. The reason why is when we're going to get everything all welded up. Then we're going to try to get a line. We don't know how far this is going to go. So we just put one bolt up here to see exactly, because what we want to try to do is keep this in the middle. This part here in the middle. So this way here we have adjustments, yeah. Yeah, for the toe in, toe out. Same thing with this here. We're waiting to get the other heim joints here for here. But as you can see over here, it looks pretty good the way it's going to sit and all that. And then, yeah, and then as you can see right here, if you're looking at it right here, we're going to remove this brake line, remove this bracket here, and then we'll make new brake lines coming off this way here, so it's not in the way, because we're going to put the shocks here through here. We have the shock to go up, yeah, exactly. And then we'll probably either get longer shocks or even build a little, you know, the top part of it, yeah, the top part of it, the mounting brackets for it. That's
so
it.
all
And
this
then,
is gonna cut out.
Yeah, as you can see here, the axles, if we left this on here the way it is right here, what happened, the angle of the axles is going to be way off. As you can see, if let's say we put an axle, look how much of an angle it's going to be at.
Yeah, that's way
and we don't, yeah, we want it as
straight
as possible. So here, what we're planning on doing is we're going to go ahead and cut this part off right here, cut it, and then block it in, brace everything here for this. Then we're going to build a little tab on here, right on here for the diff. And then when we put it on, you can see how
it should be at least a little bit straighter, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually pretty straight.
And we can just retain this.
Yep, exactly.
Nice.
We're just gonna box it. That's probably gonna be next.
Nice. And we're just gonna do the same thing on this side. And yeah, it's coming together, guys.
And that's it. Pretty much done. The whole back end will be done.
Check it out, check it out. We're about to cut our own. What we about to cut our own what?
Splitter, baby.
Oh.
Our own splitter.
So you can see we have a marker where we're gonna cut. We're gonna take all this off here. That's what Chad's doing right now, cutting all the lines. We're gonna make new lines. The reason why we're cutting is because we want this thing in more, you know, so we can have adjustments. So we're gonna build it inside here, so it's more of a better angle and all that.
Yeah.
Here. That's gonna get cut off on this side. Same thing on this side here. And then right here, we're gonna cut along this line. We're gonna cut all this, and then we're gonna box it in. Like I said before, the reason why we're cutting it is because we're gonna move the diff back a little bit more. And then if we don't, the axle's gonna hit right here.
Right there, yep.
So we're cutting it. We're gonna brace it. We're gonna block it all in, and then we're gonna gusset everything here, so everything is all nice.
Nice and straight,
yeah.
right?
And same thing back here. Once we do all that, we're gonna go ahead and put a bar across there for strength, and so nothing moves back here. So.
Nice. Chad's at the control, the cutter water.
Yeah, so you can see we pretty much got it on here already. Once that gets on there, now then we can put the shock on, and then this actually will become a roller.
And go from there.
Push the only thing that we're gonna do here, once we build that, we're just gonna put 2 tabs here
to hold it
for the diff mount.
And a brace bar up top, and that's it. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
All-wheel drive roller, 10 grand.
Let's go.
There we go.
So you can see they remove all this bracket here for the brakes and all that. The reason why we want the shock, we don't want anything interfering. They had a notch, this right here, we're gonna box it in. The reason why is when we put the camber, we want more adjustability on it. Let's see, it's gonna be right about here.
So it goes in, yeah?
Yeah, so it's gonna go inside here. But on this thing here, we're gonna give it more clearance. What we're gonna do is, this is it. We're gonna mill this thing down about that much. You still got plenty of, you know, when it's all the way down.
So it can have a movement.
Yeah, so we're gonna take like an inch off, and then we'll go ahead and do the same thing with this. So this will be like an inch shorter, which will fit this in here like this, yeah.
And have some way you can move it around.
Yep. So this way here, once we get that on there, the camber, we're gonna make a little bracket for this camber here. Once we get that on, then we can start building the thing for the shocks. Here, and then that part will be done. And then as far as this right here, we took the whole thing off because the reason why was when the axles, if you're looking at it like
it was in the way.
Yes, it's in the way.
Yeah.
So since it's going to be a full-on drag car, what we want is we want to push the wheelbase back for better traction. So we went ahead and this. So what we're going to do is we're going to plate this all the way.
Yeah.
Here, then we're going to put the diff mount right on here.
Right on there.
Yeah.
So everything should look good.
Yeah, so we're going to clean all this stuff up and we'll go ahead and stitch wall everything to make it strong.
Brace it up, yeah.
Yep. So,
all right, cool.
It's coming along.
Jay just squared this up really nice. Oh yeah.
Now we're about to box it in.
Both sides. Camber is all set to box in, and the diff mount ready to box in.
I'm going to show you a little secret how to clean this thing up here so you get a nice good weld. Because now if you try to weld it, it's just going to splat everywhere. So what we do is we get this, clean it up. Heat it up. Make sure you don't catch it on fire. So, boom, right there. And you'll see how this thing comes out right out.
We're gonna tack this up. We got it low because the other material real thin.
Looking good.
Yep. You can see we got this thing welded up here. The guys went ahead and just pretty much welded the whole thing here, and then we stitch weld this whole seam here to make it stronger.
Stronger. Yep.
And then we still got to make a plate to go here for strength, and then we'll do the 2 tabs here off this for the diff. But you can see here where we cut it here. We're gonna box it in. This is the reason why we need it back more, because of this camber that we're putting on here.
Get this a little smaller so we can,
Yeah, so there's still adjustments there. So we could actually go back a little bit more so we have more adjustments on it. So we're gonna box it in, and then we're gonna make a tab. We want it the same angle, so basically it's gonna sit something like this, right? And then we're gonna box this in here like this, and then we're gonna put a nut on here. Same thing with this, and then we could bolt it up this way, which is perfect because it's at an angle anyway already. And you can see, well, it's gonna sit like this. It's gonna sit this high up. As you can see, they're both the same angle. We want this control arm and this camera arms the same angle. Yeah, we don't want this thing down like this. And this is like, you know, we want the same angle. So it's getting there.
Yep, it's getting there definitely.
So next, we're gonna box this in. We'll build that, and then we'll pretty much, after we get done with this part, the control arm is pretty much done, like the trailing arm part. The only thing that we have to do is figure out the shocks, and that's pretty much it for that. So you can see we're making, this is the alpha drag. We had to modify a little bit here. We use a longer rod here to send it back more, and also what we're doing, we're using the smaller here. Yeah, we had to trim this. You see the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we drill the hole here. So now we're using this camber style, but you can see that it's a little bit too big. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna weld pretty much a washer into here like this on it on both sides, like what we did here. And then from there, we're gonna go ahead and just pretty much just weld everything up and then put it back up. Yeah, so but let's go over here and I'll show you where we're at so far.
Master welder, 12 hours later.
You can see we boxed that in.
Everything's boxed in now.
Yeah, now we have to make the little thing, the brackets for the
camber.
The camber. That's why we had to make it smaller. The reason why, because if we did it the long one, it would have hit. So we had to notch this all the way inside to make it fit right. Because we're trying to get the right angle. Right here. Yeah, we didn't want to put it on the bottom because the angle would have been way off and all that. So you can see here we stitch weld everything here because we're trying to reinforce this as much as we can, because we're trying to put big power into this thing. We got to cut this like we said before. We're gonna go ahead and mount the tabs here for the diff, and then but we're gonna pretty much brace this, block this off. Yeah, everything's done. And then back here, same thing. It's all stitch weld. Everything's all been stitch weld. We're gonna go ahead and put a bar across here for reinforcement. Like a race. Yeah, like how we have our, you know, brace bar. Yeah, tubular. So we'll brace it here, and then we'll link it to here.
So everything's linked up, right?
Now.
Everything's stitch weld, guys. Look at that.
Same thing with when we do here. We'll probably clean this up here. The front bar is gonna go up for the diff because we're gonna use a wagon diff for this one.
Oh, wagon diff.
Yeah, we're gonna use a wagon diff for this one.
60K.
Well, yeah,
60K and the vicious.
Yeah. Well, maybe you know what?
Man, you can use that. You can use a CRV.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna use a CRV.
Yeah, so CRV.
We're gonna use a CRV.
We'll work some wonders with that thing.
Yeah. Lightweight, all motored for now. So yeah.
Yep. All right, it's coming. Everything's all welding up now, making some more adjustments. So that one is short.
There it is. Just trying to make sure that it fits in there. We had to put spacers in here because when we use this is smaller. We could make a bigger spacer here, but we decided to do that and keep everything. Yeah, since we have it already. Yeah.
Man, so we got our mock-up diff. This one is empty, so we can like, it's lighter, try to see where it's gonna go. Kind of got it set in the right direction right there now. You know, everything's looking good. Big project, but it's coming together. It's pretty much lined up. Yep. So guys, stay tuned, like, subscribe. We're gonna show you guys an update on this coming pretty soon, but yep, Nissan B12 trying to give you guys step by step, so if you guys want to do it yourselves, you know, you can. Like, subscribe.